Charlie, there's been a huge upsurge in tiger kidnappings over the last year. What do you think can be done to tackle this issue?
Well, these are the most horrendous crimes. Tiger kidnappings, they got their name from a tiger stalking its prey, and they're totally unacceptable in Irish society. There is an onus on the Minister for Justice, on the Garda Síochána and on the banks to ensure that there are strict protocols and deterrents to ensure that these are not successful. Because evidence shows that once there is a successful tiger kidnap, that will be followed in copycat style, and that's what we have here. So there's an onus on the banks to ensure that whatever protocols they are agreed, that have been agreed with the Garda Síochána, that they are complied with fully. And evidence in recent times shows that that is not the case, and that's very serious. And I would ask the Minister for Justice to give a leadership role in ensuring that the security industry and the banks and the Gardaí sit around the table and deal with this issue, which is wholly and totally unacceptable. It's important in the short term that we do not allow these tiger kidnappings to gain a foothold, because they're horrendous, not only on the bank officials themselves, but their families who have been subjected to a most frightening and unacceptable experience.
Now, Charlie, the recent crime statistics have shown an increase of 51% on aggravated robberies from the same period last year. What do you think people can do to defend their own homes?
Well, of course, it's no surprise that in times of economic disadvantage and downturn, that crime will be on the increase, and that's borne out in the statistics to which you refer. And particularly in rural areas, there's a problem of rural isolation. People who live alone, who are vulnerable, might be elderly, might be some distance from a town, they would appear to be easy prey now on travelling and marauding criminal gangs from urban areas, who can travel down the country with some ease now that our motorway network has improved. So the importance of community policing and rural policing is very much to the fore. Not much point in Gardaí coming in after a serious crime has taken place with reams of blue tape and sirens flashing and alarms ringing and sealing off the scene of a crime. Far better to have the Garda on the ground, perhaps gaining intelligence that will prevent the crime in the first instance. So one of the planks of the Fine Gael crime and security policy is a revamp of the Garda ranks to introduce a new concept of community Garda. Currently there are less than 6% of the force described as community Gardaí, although not given that rank. I would like to see that up to 10 and 12%, and that it would be progressively increased over the course of a Fine Gael government.
And if somebody is threatened in their own home and burgled, what do you think they should be able to do?
Well, it's absolutely essential that the law protects the people, and the fundamental and primary duty of any state, of any government, is the protection of its citizens. And there is a gap in the law as far as the right to defend one's home, one's family, one's property is concerned. And I am a firm believer that the family home of a person should be given special and specific status in law, and that a person would be allowed to defend themselves if confronted by an intruder. I'm not advocating violence, I would never do that, and I'm not advocating a licence for people to kill others or maim others. What I am saying is that we must be in a position to reflect the horrendous nature that is a burglary, and the fact that the law as it's currently enshrined allows a situation where if an injury is caused to a person, be it a burglar or otherwise trespassing on your house, that not only might the owner or occupier of the house be subject to a civil action, but the person might be subject to a criminal charge as well. So we need clarity in the law. The Supreme Court a couple of years ago have asked for such clarity, and that's why we in Fine Gael drafted and produced and debated a home defence bill in recent times. We need to clarify the law, we need certainty, and we need to tighten our law to reflect what people actually want.